Hey guys, before today's video, I wanted to show you guys something before we get into the meat. So, about 2 weeks ago, I had brought to my attention a YouTuber seen on screen, Drew Peacock. He mentioned and used one of my Instagram videos in his YouTube video that I'm about to show on screen. And since my friend Ben and I were on Discord already, we figured we would react to this video. Now, I did have some trouble with the audio for this, so I'm sorry if it's hard to hear me, but you'll be able to hear Ben's reaction, and you'll be able to hear what Drew has to say about my car. So, please enjoy this little piece of YouTube heaven. Alright, for recording purposes, this is me watching the Drew Peacock video I was in, or the section I was in at least. Okay, let's get back. Bro, he put me right after the ad read. Yours. He put me right after the ad read, dog, for this prison food.
That's the kind of stuff you eat, though, low key.
No, I don't. Just because I'm black.
Dude, no one read descriptions like that. It makes me so mad.
Yeah.
On your first box.
Because you named your reason for it.
This one's horrible. Why don't you have a door card? Let's go ahead and take a look.
Dude, look at. Pause the video for a second.
Oh, my bad.
Look, in reality, I'm trying to get new speakers since mine are all blown.
I literally put in the description.
Dude, he can see it.
He can.
Oh, that's crazy.
What
that's actually diabolical.
Off of? What is that, a Honda Fit?
Look at this man's face.
Civic hatch? What is it? Sick underneath the hood. I didn't see jack shit. Still has AC, loads of weight there. Yeah, that's true. Remember, a lighter car is a faster car. Yeah, except if your faster car has like 100 horsepower and a stock engine. Do a car delete next. Weight reduction for show. I'm pretty sure this has to be some sort of rage bait. He didn't disable comments. Usually once they disable comments, you know they're legit about it. He didn't disable comments. He's probably rage baiting. It's still funny though because like people genuinely do think like this. Like I used to know a guy and he had a New Edge Mustang. And he gutted that bitch completely. I mean,
ew, that's crusty. A gutted Mustang?
Passenger seat, one seat, just his own seat. I think it was still an OEM seat though. No carpet, no nothing, no door cards. Might have had a dash still. I don't know, this was like 10 years ago. Anyways, intake underneath the hood. You did all of that and just still had an intake underneath the hood. You wasted all of that practicality to just have an intake underneath the hood. So don't do weight reduction until you need to do weight reduction. Weight reduction is stupid.
I completely
It's kind of funny.
agree.
It's kind of funny because you still have the other door card in. It's just that one.
Yeah,
like that singular one in particular.
I have a full interior besides one door card.
You should have shown that like in the video.
No.
That you had the other door card in there.
That would have been funny, but yeah. No, dude, I was just sitting in a parking lot.
He kind of realized at a point where it's like it's obviously not.
Yeah, he knew.
Like serious, because there is a lot of people that do think it's serious, and those are the really funny ones.
Yeah, no,
there's just a lot of stupid people who thought it was real.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out the fact that I am in a YouTube video for being car cringe, and I love that. It's one of my.
I mean, your car is it cringe per chance? It's only had 55,000 views.
This video? Yeah.
Yeah. When did it come out? Recently?
5 days ago.
How many comments?
Just under 430.
Dude, you need to reply to him and say that was my Honda. Oh, it is.
Oh, I got a reply.
Someone gets it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was at a meet. I was at a Sac-based Honda's meet. And Jared was like, CJ, you're in that new Drew Peacock video. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, who even is that?
What do you mean? Who is Drew Peacock?
And he's like, bro, check his YouTube channel.
That's crazy.
Like, shoot, that's crazy. So, yeah, that's the video. And I can understand what Drew's doing. I can understand what he's saying. You know, a lot of people do horrible mods. But if you're going to call someone out or react, please at least read the description. Like, I put in the description that it had no speakers and that the speakers are blown. But yeah, back to the video. Your job is just to talk shit about Hondas this video.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Gang, you can go all-time pro in that. You'll do fine.
Dude, obviously.
All right. This is the 11th gen Civic, the new Civic.
I hate the way the new Civic hatch looks. It makes me want to cry.
It is a... the interior is atrocious. I don't like it at all. Where would I rank it, though? On a list of every Honda ever? Probably pretty low. I would say it's a B-tier Honda.
It is a Honda of all time.
It unfortunately is. CRX.
The old one?
Yeah.
I like it. I think they look kind of goofy.
Yeah, it's like they took a Honda, the Civic, and they're just like, chop.
Yeah, it's a little
But they're
wonky.
really lightweight. Their motor, the D series or the B series doesn't die. I quite like them. Like they're carb, so I could get one and just not have to smog, which is dope. 10th gen Type R.
I like them. I think they're just pretty all around a good
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. The 10th gen is a
they're just-
solid generation.
They're just kind of there.
Yeah. They're not great. They're not. Let's get through some of the good ones actually. 8th gen SI. This is the Euro one, so the cool one. I think this one had the K24 in it. This is a Type R. I like them because the K24, but they're heavy compared to like the hatches.
I don't think that's as huge of a deal as you think it is.
Well, I think Honda, light motor, light car, all power, no torque. The K series has no torque. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been in one, and compared to like my Fit, it has no torque. It's abysmal.
Don't have torque in general. No Honda has power or torque.
You take that back. The new
tell me I'm
NSX, the 3rd gen NSX. I think this is like a top of A tier car. Like they don't have issues.
I like it.
Their turbo all wheel drive, 6-cylinder. Like you can't go wrong with that. It's
There's
just
nothing wrong with them.
there's nothing. Yeah, nothing stands out, but nothing's wrong with them. It's essentially just an Audi, a Japanese Audi. The US 8th gen SI. Pretty sure this is the SI. I'm just gonna rank it mid of A. It's an SI. You know, SIs are dope. Let me find the one that we both love.
The dongle.
Yes, we're finding the dongle.
That is a car of all time.
Did they not put the dongle on this list? How dare they? I will say there are a good handful of cars on here I don't recognize, but I don't see the dongle. Ooh, Jared's Accord.
I like it.
Like I like that body. It's a it's a sedan. Well, his is a sedan, but it's that look, that 90s look.
Yeah.
The engine is solid if you know what you're doing. They come with a J and a H and an F series, so solid Accord. The Taggy, like JP's.
JP's Integra.
His specific
the 4i
Integra.
ones?
Yeah,
I like
the
them.
3rd gen. I quite like them as well. I almost bought one, but I feel like Sacramento specifically is so saturated. There's so many Integras that I can't get behind it. One too many Integras where I live.
I think that is not a big deal, honest. Like, to me, I don't think that's a huge deal.
Integra Type R I'll just put above it. The same year, or the same gen. It's just the same thing, but Type R.
The Type R one's probably cooler.
Oh, that's why I put it above it. But in the long run of Honda, Oh, there's the dongle. Where are we putting the dongle? Top of S1? Top of S?
of S for the dongle.
I'm putting the dongle in the top of S. Those of you who don't know what the dongle is, it's the EP3 here in the US, and I don't know what the EP3, I think it's the EP6 or EP9. Let me see, EP9 Civic. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
It is a guy of all time.
Yeah, the EP9 Type R, dude. So because of where the shifter is, it's just not normal here in the US. I know in Europe it is. It's just goofy looking. And it gets the top of S tier because it's a beautiful car. This list does not have the Honda Fit on it. Too bad.
Every Honda of all time.
We call it the Acura TL. They call it the Accord. The TL Type S.
Oh,
It's got a J30 in it. I think they're pretty cool. I've raced one. They're fast. They are fast as hell, actually. But just like the 8th gen, nothing crazy. Is that a 9th gen? No, this is a 9th gen Type R. I'll leave that there, whatever. I am the worst person to be doing this list. 2nd gen NSX. Like the 05.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah.
Nothing uber crazy.
I don't like
comparatively to the last one.
I don't like them as much as the 3rd gen. I like the 3rd gen more.
Really? It's the 05 one's pretty similar to the 90s one.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to make a 2nd generation of a car, at least change something major. I mean, they did stuff to it, but you know, it's nothing groundbreaking with that car. While I'm on it, was that that was the 2nd gen Type R, I think. So this is the 2nd gen, or here's the 2nd gen Type R because it's red. 2nd gen Type R I'll just put above the regular NSX. The first gen NSX. Top of S.
Classic.
I saw one today on the freeway. Bro,
Absolute classic.
It was Carolina squatted.
Ew.
But you know why?
Grody.
No, you know why? It's a drag car. It had massive thick boys on the rear.
Grody.
But you got to remember that those cars have all the weight in the rear. It has the engine in the rear, and the only thing up front is really the transmission. And I think the intercooler's up front. I'm not sure. It might be in the rear. But so when you lower that rear and give that front suspension room, it will just do a wheelie. It's quite interesting.
I feel like if you want a drag car, you'd want to have the back up more than the front, so it'll sit back as
it'll lean back into the acceleration.
So to have it already down, I think, is a little goofy.
I don't recognize so many of these cars. The EG. The grillless hatch.
The grillless hatch?
Yeah. The egg. The hatches I'm pretty much going to put all together. The EG and the AK.
Wait, that one?
Mm-hmm.
I like the EG.
Yeah.
It's a classic hatch.
It is, yeah. Here. There. The EG and the EK, I just put them both together. The top of A. Like, yeah, there's better Hondas you could get. But if you're going to get one, those are good. A solid choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they separated Acura and Honda, but they did. So I'm just going to put them all together. S2K.
That is...
This is the EP1, it looks like. So the first gen S2K.
The first gen S2K is good.
Yeah.
That's my seal of approval.
Understeer's a little interesting, but, you know. I'm going to have to cut a lot out of this video, Jesus. 2nd gen Integra Type R. That's the one with the 2 solid headlights. Look more like an Accord. I like them
I'm familiar with that one.
More than the 4i. I don't know. I just like the square. There's more just a regular Integra, but square body.
Oh, that one.
But the more square front. The front end looks like Jared's Accord.
I like the 4i one.
Yeah. The 4i 2-door or 4-door.
Ooh, yeah, those ones are a little crusty.
I've
only seen bad ones, to be fair. So
yeah, there's some great ones out there. Their weight, the balancing is a little better on them because the weight's more evenly distributed to the rear because seats. But if you can do one right, they're really fast. Unless you crash it. Not naming names. Let me see. I think the Accord with the pop-ups. It's a car with the pop-ups. I'm gonna put it top of A. I'll put both. Yeah, you guys can hang there. Where Del Sol? He's just a Miata.
Yeah, I like the Del Sol. I think it looks a little better than the Miata.
Yeah.
But
and I've seen some crazy Del Sols. Someone that I know locally says he goes through like 2 sets of tires in a month because he makes so much power out of his Del Sol. I'll put it next to the.
A little scary.
I'll put it next to the EP3. They can hang out. They can be friends. There's some cars on here. I'm just gonna. The 6 through 9 Civic. Like the ancient ones, or no, like 81.
70s?
Or the 70s Civic. That's what this is. Like the second gen. All the boxy Civics, I could just throw them in bottom of A. Because all right, story time for the YouTube people and probably you too. I have an uncle who had one. He was driving from Vegas to Sacramento. So that's like what? How far would you say that has been? Like 2,000 miles? I have no.
Vegas to Sacramento?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Here, I'll search it up real quick. I can just cut it out. Well, it's like 600 miles. It's like a 600-mile drive, but he was going up to Nevada and going down instead of going down past LA. He hit a massive deer in his Civic, his second-gen Civic, second or third. And the car was good enough to run from Lake Tahoe to Sacramento on a 5-speed manual. He said he hit this thing going like 80. So it had a massive dent in the hood, like the whole front end was crushed in, and the car survived all the way enough to get him to Sacramento, which is honestly kind of insane. Like,
just a little bulletproof guy.
They are. The 4th gen Accord. The one like Eli's.
I feel like as the Accords get newer, I don't like the design of them as much.
Yeah. This is the older boxy one. The one before Jared's.
Oh. Yeah, those ones are okay.
I'm not going to put
There's
it...
like a mix. There's a mix between the boxy and the curved of like the early 2000s ones. It's like the perfect little niche of what I like.
Yeah.
The only boxy cars I like are wagons. And quote that.
You heard it here first, folks. 9th gen Civic. I think they're B tier. Like, yeah, they have the K20, but there's no major difference between the 9th and the 8th gen. And you can quote me on that. You can fight me in the comments. I don't care. They're the same car. The newer Integra, or is this the TLX? It's the TLX. The Acura TLX. They're whatever. Newer Hondas are just all kind of the same. They look good. They look great. A bunch of these cars.
All the newer Hondas all just look generic is the best way to put it.
All the Hondas and Accords nowadays. The classic CRX. Not the goofy looking one, but the one right after it, which has like a more curved front end.
Yeah, I like the little goofy guy.
Yeah, they're great. Where'd I put the first one? Here it is. He'll go just above the first.
Right under the other one.
I put him right above it. Actually, you're right.
Oh, that's
no, you're right. The EM Civic, like Wani's. Goated car.
One a lot.
Yeah.
They're
the EJ.
The coupe.
No, this is the coupe. I already put the hatch on. Should just be right next to the hatch.
Put it below the hatch.
Yeah, you're right. Here's the other hatch, the post facelift, I think, or post facelift. Yeah, they'll just go right there. Accord Type R. The one of Jared's gen.
Which Accord?
5th gen. Not like 95.
Oh,
90.
the one. I don't know. We didn't get that. It's hard to comment on it.
Yeah. Anything we didn't get, I'll just throw in D class, or cars that don't really impress me. 11th gen 4-door. I kind of like those, actually. Or 9th gen 4-door. That's what this is. I kind of like them. They look good. They can look good slammed, actually. That's what this one is a slammed one.
Oh, yeah.
Solid car. Is that a Honda? What is this? Wait, what are you, you goofy looking guy? All the European ones, I'm not going to rank. I personally just don't have an opinion on them. Yeah, so 1 second. The Honda S660. That's a K car that looks like a 10th gen Civic.
Just if it's a little guy, S tier.
It is a little guy. I think it has like a 1 liter. It's essentially my car, but a 2-door.
S tier.
I'll put it right next to that. I'll put it below the Del Sol. European. Where are the rest of the European cars? Here's the 11th gen SI, or 9th gen SI. You can just go down here. You can go up at A. Somewhere in A. There you go. Prelude. Pop-up Prelude. The 3rd gen.
I like the pop-up Prelude better than the normal one.
I do too. Then the 5th gen. The newer ones. RSX.
I don't like a lot of the Acuras.
Yeah. Acura here in the US is ookie gookie kind of. It's not the greatest.
They seem very unnecessary.
Yeah, they're redundant. They're just a cheaper version of Honda, but they're not.
Expensive version.
Well, now they are. Back in the day, they weren't, though. I don't know. The RSX has a great body. I'll give it that. It's wide, though. It's so much wider than, like, the Fit or the Civic, which were the same gen. Like, you can go down there below the hatches. That's where you belong. I'd still rather have all the hatches and the coupes from the earlier eras than you. I'm not ranking these guys because I don't know it's hard to differentiate. EF. The EF. It's like the 89, like the square body Civic.
Yeah, they're okay.
I put it at the bottom of S. It's just below the S2K. We didn't get this one here. A lot of the older Hondas, I don't know. EP2. Or the EM2, the 2nd gen S2K.
What actually changed between the 2nd and 1st gen S2K? They look the same to
A
me.
little bit of power. That's about it. That's the only real thing that switches between the S2Ks is power. Between the Type R, the CR, or I think it's CR, EM1, and EM2. I don't know, dude. S2Ks are confusing. Honda Beat.
The Beat S tier.
Above the EP3 or below it?
Oh, the dongle? Below the dongle.
Yeah. It's below the dongle, but above the Del Sol.
Alright.
Why is there another 10th gen Type? Oh, this is the post facelift. I think. You can go in B tier. Is that the... Oh, no, that other one was the EB hatch. This one's the EF hatch. Okay. There. You two can go together. And the rest of these I will not rank because I have no opinion either way. I don't really care. And 11th gen Type R can go in the trash. You don't deserve life. Yeah. So that's our ranking. Our S tier is the NSX, EP3, Beat, Del Sol, S660, the 8th gen Type R European, the Integra, the 2nd gen Type R, the 3rd gen Type R Integra, the regular Integra, the 4-door Integra, the 3 S2Ks, and the EF and E, or EF or GF or whatever that one is, Civic hatches. I think that's a solid S tier.
It's a lot of S tier.
Yeah. There's very few cars in B tier though. I could actually, yeah, you're right. I'm moving some guys around because some of you don't deserve life. I'll say it like that. Yeah. It's whatever. It's just a fun list.